everyone, welcome back. Today's video is going to be my empty products video. So this is where I talk you through products that are empty or that I've used quite a lot of and then didn't want to finish off using, and tell you what I think about them, whether I'd repurchase, and just my general overall review. I'm filming in a bit of a different setup today because we are currently having our curtains put up. We've got like new curtain poles and stuff, so they're currently all lying on the bed. Me and Tom are sleeping in the spare bedroom at the moment, so the bed's not made, so I'm stood here instead today. So I am a little bit closer to the window, so there might be a little bit more background noise than usual, so I apologise for that in advance. But I'm just going to get cracking into the products that I've got to talk to you about because there are quite a lot. I'm going to start off with a foundation, and this is the Too Faced Born This Way. I wear the shade Nude. I bought this a few months ago, and it's probably the first foundation that I've used every single day non-stop, and I've got through it so quickly because I've not wanted to use anything else. This is a medium to full coverage foundation, and it really is buildable. So I do quite like a medium coverage day to day. I like foundations that I can build up into more of a full foundation, a full coverage even if I want more coverage. What I liked about this is that it didn't look cakey on the skin, so you could pack it on. I used a beauty blender most days with it. You can pack it on, get the coverage that you want, and it doesn't look overly cakey. It doesn't look like you're wearing too much foundation. It gave a really nice flawless finish to the skin, and it didn't kind of accentuate any areas that I didn't want accentuating. Like I've got a little bit of texture on my skin at the moment, here and here. I think it's a little bit to do with hormones. It kind of just glides over that, and I really like it. I've recommended it to so many people, and definitely would give it a try if you're after a new foundation and you like more of a fuller coverage. Next is this deep conditioner from Dove, and this is the Pure Care Dry Oil Treatment Mask. So I've repurchased this a couple of times. It's probably featured in an Empties video before. It smells really nice, which is always a bonus when it comes to hair care. It's not too expensive, it's often on offer, and it really does make my hair feel soft and conditioned after I use it. It says it's for dry and dull hair, and I do feel like it combats that. It's one of those conditioners that you put on in the shower, leave it on for a few minutes and then wash off, and I do think it works. And as I say, I've bought it over and over again, and it's one that I would go back to. This is another product that I featured before a lot on my channel, and this is the Body Shop Chamomile Cleansing Butter. I have raved about this from the minute I first started using it. It's essentially a cleansing butter. It's kind of like a balm texture, so you can use this to remove makeup, but also just as a normal cleanser. I quite like it to remove makeup because it does go quite oily. It's not overly greasy, but it really does remove makeup. And I feel like after I've used it, it makes my skin feel clean, soft, not greasy in any way. It does what I want it to do, and I love the packaging because it never goes gross or rusty or anything. It's nice and thin and compact, so it's great for traveling. It's a non-offensive smell. I would recommend it for sensitive skin. It's an all-rounder, and it's not too expensive. Clinique do a version of this, and it's a lot more expensive, and I prefer this one. So if you're after a new cleanser, give it a go. Two kind of affordable shower gels. I've got the Original Source Vanilla and Raspberry Shower Gel. I feel like I just whipped that right up there. This is normally on offer for about £1. That's when I pick it up. It isn't the best shower gel in the way that the smell doesn't last all day. It doesn't make my skin feel soft or moisturised or nourished in any way, but I can't resist the smell, and it smells amazing in the shower. It lasts a little bit after you've got out of the shower. It's just a bog standard shower gel, and I love the scent of this so much, which is why I keep going back to it, and it is cheap. And then the other one that I've got is the Soap & Glory Sugar Crush Fresh and Foamy Body Wash, and this again is just one that's quite easy to pick up. They sell it in Boots, and it smells really nice. I love that it's in a massive gigantic bottle because you get quite a lot of product for what you pay. I like it when they're on offer even more so. This one does kind of make my skin feel a little bit more softer than this one. This has omega rich veggie oil in it, and kiwi juice water, lime oil, all sorts of stuff to make your skin softer, and I really like the scent. The Sugar Crush scent from Soap & Glory is like a citrusy sweet lime fragrance. I just read that off the bottle. I tried to make it sound like I just knew that, but I just read it from here. And I really like it, so that's that one. This is another Dove product, and this is the dry shampoo, the Refresh and Care one. Now, I bought this because I needed one, and I was somewhere where they didn't sell my usual, which is the Colab dry shampoo. And if it's on offer and you need one like I did, I wouldn't say, oh my goodness, stay away from it. It didn't do anything life-changing. It definitely combated the grease, so it made my hair feel a little bit fresher. The scent isn't anything too off-putting. It's just a normal kind of hair care product scent, but it didn't do as much as my Collab does. It's okay. I probably wouldn't buy it again because I am really faithful now to my Collab one. These are some wipes from Kiko, and these are the Pure Clean Scrub and Peel wipes, and they're exfoliating wipes. I bought these after my sister told me that one of the Kardashians swears by these. Now, whether they actually do or whether they were just paid to say that, but I thought I'd give them a try anyway and decide for myself. They were about £5, I think, from Kiko, obviously, and they were all right. They were a little bit harsh for an exfoliating wipe, and Kiko, I don't feel specialise in skincare, so I'm always a bit wary of stuff that's not gentle and that it's not too pricey, how good it's going to be and what effect it's going to have on my skin. I used these in the morning just to kind of like freshen up my skin before I put makeup on, and obviously it exfoliated as well. So they did exfoliate because they're quite harsh, but I don't know how good they are, if that makes sense. I probably wouldn't buy them again because there are some I prefer, which I'll talk about now. So these ones are the Pixi Glow Peel Pads, and I probably wouldn't veer from these again. They're a little bit more pricey than the Kiko ones, probably like £10 more. You get 60 pads, which is more than what you got in that packet from Kiko. These are an advanced exfoliating treatment, and they have 20% glycolic acid in and also rose water. So these really do combat skin. They get in there. I feel like when I use these, they really work, and I don't just kind of like brush it over my skin. I really work it in and like get the most out of the product. I use these until they're dry completely. I really feel like they do help with texture and anything on my skin that's like problematic. I would buy again. I'd highly recommend them, as well as the Glow Tonic. The Glow Tonic you can use on like a daily basis. These I would use a few times a week. I do have some makeup bits, but because they're smaller, they tend to fall to the bottom of the box that I've got everything in. So at the moment I'm just working through what I pick out in no particular order, but it all seems to be like hair care and body care, but we'll get to makeup, I promise. This is the Nivea Antiperspirant Protect and Care. I wanted to try something different from my usual Dove antiperspirant, and I don't feel like this did anything different to the one I normally use. So this one says that it is more of like a gentle care and that it nourishes and makes your underarms feel amazing. I don't feel like it did anything different to what my other one did, and I probably wouldn't repurchase it. Just had to change the battery if I've moved slightly. And I also wanted to point out, I put this jumper on today to film because I thought that as I'm lifting up the product you'd be able to see it, but you can't. It's not just a plain high neck white jumper, it does actually have very pretty embroidery on both of the sleeves. So I just thought I'd mention that. It's from Marks and Spencer's if you're interested. But yeah, I just wanted to mention because I just thought it's not actually, I hold a product up like this, I don't, you know, so that's what I'm wearing today anyway. Now recently, for some reason, I seem to have gone through a gazillion mascaras. So I thought I'd just get them out of the way before I move on to anything else. In no particular order. First one, Maybelline Lash Sensational. Love it, would buy it again. It lengthens, it volumizes. It's a great dupe for Benefit Roller Lash. Really like it. It's probably one of my favourite high street mascaras that I've ever used. Talking of Benefit Roller Lash, I have a little mini tester, and I really like this mascara for my bottom lashes. So that's what I use this one for. I literally just use it for my bottom lashes. Don't tend to use it every single day on all of my lashes because I prefer something at the moment that's a little bit thicker and fuller, which is what I go to this one for, which is the YSL Faux Sills Effect Volume Effect Mascara, which I always talk about and never ever remember the name. This is what this one looks like. This one's a little bit more pricey, but it is really good. It does everything I want a mascara to do, which is lengthen and also make me look like I have a lot more lashes than I actually do. This one can really be built up to look like you're almost wearing false lashes, which I really like, and I've repurchased that a couple of times. Then getting on to the more meh side of things, this is a Max Factor False Lash Effect bold volume for up to 24 hours. Now, nowhere on this does it say it's waterproof, so I don't know whether it is or it isn't, but the fact that it says it lasts 24 hours makes me think that it's not supposed to come off, and by Jean goes, I could not get this off for the life of me, and that is a gripe for me with mascara. I hate waterproof mascaras because when I take my makeup off at night, I just want to use a micellar water, use a makeup remover, and then it'd be done. With this, I had to really, really, really work hard to get this off. An oil-based cleanser didn't work. I had to use an oil-based eye makeup remover, and even that didn't remove it all. I would wake up the next morning with bits underneath my eyes, and it drove me mad. So I only used it a couple of times and then haven't used it again because I couldn't stand getting it off. It was an okay mascara, nothing to say about that. It's just the getting off at the end of the day that annoys me. But if you're after a really long lasting mascara, then maybe give this one a go. I have the Urban Decay Perversion Bigger, Blacker, Badder mascara. This one was okay. I wouldn't choose to use this over my YSL one, and they're kind of at a similar price point. I would pay the £5 extra to buy the YSL one. Didn't get what all the fuss was about with this one. One that I really didn't like was the Falsies Push Up Drama. This didn't do anything for me whatsoever. I feel like I could put on 3 or 4 coats of this and I still wouldn't look like I was wearing mascara. I wouldn't buy this again. I got kind of like sucked into the marketing of it. I saw Gigi Hadid with it on. Her eyelashes looked insane. Mine didn't look the same as hers did. So I wouldn't buy this one again. I would go for Lash Sensational from Maybelline over this one. I'm filming with natural lighting today, so if it does change a little bit throughout this video, then I apologise for that, but I can't help when the sunshine goes behind the clouds. I do seem to be pulling things out in categories now. These next few things are micellar waters or micellar waters. This one is a little tester from Elemis. This is the Smart Cleanse Micellar Water, and it's just a little one. I use this for travelling. It removed my top layer of makeup. Gentle, would buy it again. Did really like this one. But for the price point, I don't know whether I'd veer away from the Garnier one, which is what I've got here. Love it, gets rid of makeup, doesn't hurt, great for sensitive skin. And then also I have the Oil Infused Cleansing Water, which is supposed to be for dry and sensitive skin and removes even waterproof makeup. I loved this. It is kind of really the first oil-based cleanser that I've used that hasn't left my skin feeling really greasy, and it gets rid of makeup to the extent that you want it to as well. I would really recommend this. It's one of those that you kind of like shake up to mix it together. It works like a dream and it's really, really nice. So I would use this over this one if I was wearing like a heavier eye makeup. I would use this one because it kind of gets rid of everything, whereas this one is a little bit more gentle. This next product is by John Frieda and it's the Sheer Blonde Leave-In Conditioner, and I really liked this. This did make my hair look blonder and got rid of like any brassiness from the day-to-day. It's one of those products that you can kind of pop on, brush through, makes your hair feel softer, it's easy to brush through, and something that you can leave on all day, and it's also a heat protectant, so it's kind of an all-rounder. I think they also do this in a brunette version. I'm not sure whether they do like a normal leave-in conditioner. I'm pretty sure they would do, but I would buy this one again. I did really like it. I've got a couple of serums here to talk through, and the first one is the Bare Minerals Skin Longevity Vital Power Infusion Serum. I got this in I think it was the QVC Tilly box, and I really liked it. I would definitely buy the full version of this. It was a serum. It says on it that it's supposed to empower, replenish, renew and fortify. I feel like it did make a difference. My skin almost felt tighter after I used it, if that makes sense, and I could really feel the difference with when I used this in the morning. And I feel like if I had a bigger bottle and I used it every single day repetitively, that I'd see the benefits of using this product. Then I also have the Pixi Overnight Glow Serum, which again is something that I did really like. This says it's a concentrated exfoliating gel, and it's another one of them products that when you use it you really feel the difference, and I really liked it. It was quite a thick serum, so it's not one of those that are, this one was more runny, this one's a little bit thicker, which I tend to prefer, and I like the little dropper applicator too, it's quite cute. Last few makeupy bits, I have the L'Oreal Infallible 24 Hour Matte Foundation. I wear the shade 11 Vanilla in this and I really like it. I like that it is matte, I like that it does last, and I like that it's a full coverage. It does what it says it's going to do. I tend to use this now because I prefer more of like a glowy finish to the skin. I would use this now either on top of a glowy primer like the Laura Mercier, what's it called? 1 second. That's it. It's the Laura Mercier Radiance Primer, or I would mix this in with another foundation that was a little bit less coverage, just to kind of balance things out. But I would buy this again. I really like it. If you're after something that's matte, that's gonna last, this is a good one to try, and it's quite affordable as well. Then I have some concealers. This one is the L'Oreal True Match concealer, and I really liked it. It's just kind of like a little tube. It was really nice for my under eyes because it wasn't too thick, but it works as a really nice concealer. It's quite creamy and easy to blend. I don't know whether I'd buy it again because I prefer the Maybelline Age Rewind, I think it's called, where it kind of like has that like the sponge applicator, so I would buy that over this, and they're a similar price point. And then I also have the Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer, and this was recommended to me by one of my blogger friends, Jess. Now, I use this in her first impressions, and what I don't like about this is that when I pull the applicator out, no product comes out on the doe foot applicator, so I don't know whether I just got a dodgy one. But it's meant that I've not been able to really test the concealer and I can't get it out basically. So that was a bit of a funny one. Then I have the Rimmel Brow This Way eyebrow gel. I really liked this. It's a great affordable little brow gel if you're after one. These two skincare bits are kind of like at the opposite end of the scale. So I've got a really affordable one. This is the Sephora Honey Sleeping Mask, and it's one that you sleep in, obviously. So it came in like a pouch like this that you just like opened up, kind of like a ketchup that you would get from McDonald's. Pros of this sleeping mask is that it was really hydrating, really thick, which is what I like in a sleeping mask because I want to feel like it's going to do something. But what I didn't really get along with, now it was quite affordable, but there was so much product in there that I couldn't have used the whole thing at once because my face just isn't big enough. I don't think anyone's face was big enough, would be big enough to use this whole thing. Used it once and then covered it back up again and then used it the next day, which I don't think is very hygienic really. Probably not the best idea. So I just kind of want this to be a little bit smaller or less watery so that you can use more, if that makes sense. They've just not got it quite right. Then I have the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Night Cream, and I might be the only blogger to ever talk about this that doesn't like it. I hated the smell of this, and I hated the fact that no matter how little I put on, my face stuck to the pillow the entire night, and it never really sinks into the skin. It just kind of sits on the surface. So whether it works like that and that's what it's supposed to do, I just can't bear putting a skincare product on at night and going to sleep and my face sticking to the pillow. This I got again as a little tester. I wouldn't buy the full thing. It's so expensive and it's just not on my radar whatsoever, and I just couldn't bear the scent, the texture, or the fact that it was really, really sticky and gloopy once it was on the skin, and had been on the skin for quite a while. It just didn't sink in at all. Two things left, and the first thing is a Mario Badescu Skincare Glycolic Acid Toner. So this is quite similar to the Pixi Glow Tonic, although I think this is a little bit more expensive. I really, really liked this. It reminds me a lot of Glow Tonic in the way that it is an exfoliating toner. It's got the glycolic acid in, but it doesn't feel too harsh on the skin. And again, I think it worked really well, like combating texture and just kind of like freshening up my skin and making it feel nicer. Just getting rid of like the surface skin and giving it a really good clean. And then the last product is the Benefit Puff Off, which has been sat in the bottom of this box for a really long time. This, in my eyes, is overpriced and overhyped, and I wouldn't buy it again. I bought it because it's supposed to be one of those products that's a really nice cooling eye cream. I know they said ice cream then. Probably would have preferred it if it was ice cream. And it has like this little iron, which I quite like the gimmick of it because it's like to iron out creases, but it just didn't really do much. It was quite thin, quite runny. This is supposed to smooth the look of puffy eyes instantly. Doesn't do anything special, and I wouldn't buy it again. It was quite expensive, and this is one of the products that I'm like annoyed with myself that I bought and invested in because it was gimmicky and not worth it. Benefit products to me at the moment just aren't quite hitting the nail on the head. They're not at the moment one of my top brands at all, and this is one of the reasons why. So that's everything that I've got to show you today. There was quite a lot there. I'm going to get rid of all of this, empty the box, so then I can start afresh for the next one. Maybe we'll do it a little bit sooner so there's not as much to talk through, but I do like doing these. I feel like it's kind of like cleansing for me to talk through all my empty products. I hope that I've kind of given you some hints and tips on different products there, and that I've spoken about things that you're interested in. Please let me know if you like these kind of videos so I know whether to keep making them or not. And I hope you're all having a lovely week. I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.